Exactly 3 years ago today, we were doing FaceTime interviews with Californians quarantined on the Grand Princess cruise ship just outside of San Francisco Bay. The California National Guard airdropped test kits as suspected cases of COVID-19 swept through the boat. And this Saturday marks 3 years since the World Health Organization declared a global pandemic. And now the worst of COVID, it seems to be in the rearview mirror. The state just lifted its COVID state of emergency last week, and then the federal government is set to do the same in May. But for some people, the effects of the virus are not going away. Becca Habegger spoke with a 42-year-old man out in Rancho Cordova who has been experiencing long COVID for 3 years.
I'm just a person that got COVID in the first wave. March 2020. I'm just living with the post effects of that.
Justin Wilhite has been suffering from the effects of post-acute COVID syndrome, commonly known as long COVID, for 3 years now.
March 4th, I wake up, I have a headache, my lungs kind of feel like glass, I feel really short of breath.
Wilhite has type 1 diabetes, one of the health conditions that puts someone at greater risk of getting a serious COVID infection. He thinks he caught the virus at work and the effects are still lingering.
Every day I deal with incredible fatigue, shortness of breath, and that's just getting up, walking to the bathroom. My daily activity, and it wipes me out, and it acts like a workout for me, is going downstairs and back up. If I do that 3 times, the next day, my legs don't work. And it's been this way every day since March 4th, 2020.
ABC 10 first spoke with Wilhite 3 years ago after he was hospitalized with COVID. Then 4 months later.
I'm kind of sick of being sick at this point, and it's been a long time since I've been healthy.
And again in 2021.
It's like being sick every day of your life.
And the symptoms haven't gone away. He says brain fog and muscle weakness make him unable to work. He uses a wheelchair due to chronic fatigue.
For some people, it's as little as just, I have sinus drainage that's out of control. For other people, I'm profoundly debilitated, can't do very much, incredibly short of breath, bad headaches.
Dr. Brad Sandville is a pulmonary and critical care physician at UC Davis. He's been working with long COVID patients since UC Davis Health launched its post-COVID-19 clinic in the fall of 2020.
Long COVID is typically defined as symptoms that last beyond 8 weeks after the patient's recovered from their infection.
He says Wilhite's case is rare but not unprecedented.
Most people will improve in kind of the months to within a year. That's probably the vast majority, but there's a small handful that continue to have symptoms for quite a long time, even a couple years out.
He says long COVID patients with shortness of breath or trouble walking don't always have lung or heart damage. Rather, he thinks chronic fatigue syndrome could be to blame.
The fatigue, I think, is so overpowering for people. It makes them perceive everything as being short of breath when really it might just be really profound fatigue. And we can't find anything obviously wrong with their lungs or their heart to explain it.
He hopes to see more research on and treatment for chronic fatigue syndrome. Meanwhile, Wilhite is grieving the loss of who he was.
I'm alive, but there isn't much of me behind there. That's been the one thing that's been really hard. Not being able to live while still being alive.
He credits his wife and 3 sons for keeping him going these past 3 years.
Dr. Sandville tells us that there is some research that suggests that a person is less likely to have long COVID symptoms if they're vaccinated. So he encourages people to keep up on their vaccinations and boosters to protect themselves.